The US presidential elections are being held today. It will begin in a couple of hours to be precise. The candidate lineup is clear. The Republican candidate is former President Donald J. Trump. He's trying to make a great comeback. The Democratic candidate is the incumbent Vice President Kamala Harris, and according to pre-poll surveys, the election is expected to go down the wire. I mean, it's a cliffhanger or it's a very closely contested elections. Now, who will Indian community in the United States vote? As an Indian sitting thousands of kilometers away, what's my interest in the US presidential poll? Till a couple of decades ago, not many Indians had any major interest in the US presidential poll. And it made sense at that point of time also. But the situation is not the same anymore. For example, you got a sizable number of Indians in the United States. To be precise, Indians constitute the second largest group of immigrant community in the United States. And as I said, now you have got your friends, relatives, all there in United States. See, even I have got my relatives, my classmates, or many of my friends are there. So it makes some interest that way. And there is a more important factor. It is the United States is the single global power now. Earlier there were two, the Soviet Union and the United States. Now it's with the disintegration of Soviet Union, it's only United States practically. But what is its importance? Yes, it has got some importance. For the Indians, especially for the Hindus in India, it's very important that somebody who empathizes with them should become the president of United States. You know, Hindus all over the world are under attack from extremist groups, especially from Islamic extremists, like what is happening in Bangladesh, or they are under attack from extremists in Canada. So it makes some sense for Hindus that Donald Trump, who has declared his sympathy for the minority Hindus, becomes the president of United States. And you know, he has publicly expressed his support for the Hindu cause. So it makes sense for Hindus to vote Donald J. Trump. Let's look into the emerging political situation and why should Indian community vote Donald J. Trump. Welcome to Insights. This is Hari Kumar. Let's check the bio of the candidates. Of course, Kamala Harris is half Indian. Her mother is of Indian origin and her dad is a Jamaican American. Then why should we vote Donald J. Trump, who has often been criticized as a white supremacist? Let me answer that. As Mr. Donald Trump himself pointed out, till a couple of years ago, Kamala Harris she was all the way Indian till a couple of years ago. But she took a turn a few years ago when she began to highlight her black identity. So it means that she had political aims. You know, Indians constitute perhaps 2% of the population or voters of United States. But the black community constitute around 15 or 16% of the voters. So it made immense sense for Kamala Harris to side with the black community and highlight her black identity. So that makes it clear. She has not said anything supportive for Hindus or Indians in general. Of course, she posted a Diwali greeting on social media platforms, but Trump has done much more than that. He has publicly expressed his support for the Hindu community in Bangladesh who are under attack. This is the most important thing. Hindus all over the world are under fire nowadays, are under attack. In Bangladesh, Hindu community, you got around 1.3 crore, that is 130 million plus Hindu community in Bangladesh. They are under attack. Their human rights are being curtailed, denied. They are physically harassed. Some of them got killed. The women got molested, raped. So it's essential or that we need the support of United States President to find a peaceful solution for their problems. So Donald J. Trump is one man who has promised his support for that, and for Hindus, it makes sense to vote Donald J. Trump. The second aspect is you look at Canada. What is happening in Canada? Two Hindu temples in Canada, one at Brampton and other at Surrey, came under attack from extremist Khalistan Sikh groups the other day. And a policeman of Canada was found to have been involved in the attack. Of course, the government had suspended, a Canadian government had suspended him, but those attacks, took place with the connivance of the ruling party in Canada, and Canada is a country which is guided in many matters by United States. So it makes some sense that a president who is supportive for the cause of Indians or the Hindus need to come to power in United States. So that makes some sense for Hindus, immense sense, I would put it like that, to vote Donald Trump. A few years ago, I think 3 4 years ago, an immigrant state senator, I think her name is Fatima or somebody like that. She brought a legislation in Californian state legislature uh, against caste discrimination in United States. You know how foolish to say that there is caste discrimination in United States. See, once Indians leave India, of course, I don't deny that caste is an influence in India to some extent, though not to the extent it was earlier. It still has got some relevance in India, but once you leave India, what's the relevance of caste? In the United States, every Indian is a colored person or even a dark black person. Could be, I don't know how they are. The white people, brand Indians. Anyway, they are not considered white. They are colored or black. So, what's the use of caste as a criteria of discrimination there? There are many other factors. The situation is entirely different. That is not the same that is not applicable in United States. But there was a secret agenda in bringing that legislation. It was to discredit Indians. It was to discredit Hindus in general. That was the agenda of the left liberal groups who are camouflaged as Democrats in many places in the United States. So it was, but for the intervention of the Californian governor, it would have become an act, and that would have become a permanent disgrace for the Hindus in United States. You know that that senator belonged to the Democrats. So it doesn't make any sense for Indians to vote Democrats. The days, I agree that earlier the Democrats were more sensitive to the sensibilities of Indians and they were more supportive, and the Republicans were somewhat like white supremacists. But those days are gone. The realities in this world have changed a lot, and now it makes sense to vote Donald Trump. And he shares a very close relation with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So it also makes sense that he came to power because India US relations will be strengthened, and the minority Hindu rights all over the world will be protected. Even if you are a non Hindu Indian, anybody outside India will be considered as an Indian, or they don't care about your religion or your color, because you all come under the category of color. So I feel that this time, let's give Donald J. Trump a chance, and it makes sense for protecting the interest of India and Indians. Thank you. Meet you with another topic next time. Till then, goodbye.